keep our luck going, shall we? Or shall we test our luck? We're going to do the bass. This time, however, you're going to use a keyboard. So we're going to get a MIDI keyboard. We're going to plug it in. We'll go over that. And for the bass, we're going to insert a different instrument now. We're going to go to contact 7. Avoid contact 5, avoid stereo 5.1, just contact 7 stereo. I will have mentioned this, but contact is a sampler. It is my go-to when I want to use kind of like real instruments instead of synths, so to speak. So if you noticed, I just clicked on that X. I'm going to come to View and click on Rack View to see kind of the old default. I'm going to scroll down here until I see the prime bass. Session bassist prime bass. I'm going to click this down, or actually just click on Instruments. And I want the melody instrument, so I'm going to double click on melody. This bass instrument's pretty cool. It plays various patterns, but I don't want to play a pattern right now. I just want it to play what I'm playing. So, well, that didn't sound very good. I don't like that sound. So I'm going to click right there. Hopefully you saw that. You can kind of just choose the looking glass. And I'm going to choose Motor City. And that's muted. I don't want that. I want open. So I'm clicking on open. Motor City is kind of like a Detroit vibe, like an old Motown vibe. I don't need to look at it. I'm going to come over to the bass track and click on the Record Enable button. So now I can play my keyboard and hear the notes. So I'm going to play D, A, G, and B flat. And I'm pretty much just going to do it like that. Boom, boom. So what's musically happening, and this is important in my opinion, the kick drum and our bass are going to be in sync. Maybe I'll try and get that one too, but we can come back and fix it. So I'm just going to kind of do those basic things. Now, to set this up so that we can start right on the beat, I'm going to unmute my click track. I'm going to click on count off. And the count off is going to give us 2 measures or 8 counts before it starts to record. So if I don't have the count off on and I come over here and I say go, it's recording, but I haven't gotten my fingers over to where I want to be yet. So I'm going to also, hopefully this will work. You see here, I'm going to do D. Now it is D. I don't think it's not D4. So ignore these numbers because that's not right. I don't think that's accurate in terms of the Pro Tools piano roll, but we'll see. So D, A, G, to B flat. We'll see if I can bring that up while I'm doing it. Can I make this small? No, that's sized. Okay, so I'm going to hit record and play. Duh, I didn't turn on the count off again. One, two, three, four. Now, what I really like about the sound is you hear the string vibrations. It's so cool. Okay, so Is this perfect? I don't know. Let's listen. I'm going to mute the click now. Oof. This one's really early. Okay, it might not look early, but it is really early. So I'm going to now go back to the MIDI editor, but the way I can do that is just by double clicking into the clip. And what I can see is that basically there's 2 16th notes in between each of the notes that I'm playing. This one's super early, but I'm going to trim them up. I'm going to fix them. So because they are so close to where I want them to be, I can use what's called quantizing, but I'll just do that real quick. If I hit quantize, if I select them and I hit quantize, it rounds them to the nearest 16th note. Okay? I would be fine with this 16th note. I can also change my note values so that it does it differently. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd like to lengthen this. So using my trim tool of my smart tool, I'm going to come over. I'm going to go ahead and do that all the way, maybe all of these all the way. Just tighten it up a little bit. Maybe tighten them up so they only play for the quarter note, although it was fine. Now I'm going to show you the drums. Okay, so we're looking at the drums and the bass at the same time. It is really interesting that this is in the 3rd octave. Not going to lie. But that sounds too low and flabby to me. So I wouldn't want to move that. So looking at the C's here, the kick drum, how the bass and the kick drum line up, that is a really important relationship between a drummer and a bass player. That's why we're called the rhythm section. Now, you might say, well, there's no bass here. Well, we could do that. I could come here and shorten that and add a note. Okay, but I'm not going to hold you to that. So now we have drums, bass, keys, and snap. Snap. All right? Bounce it out. I'm going to highlight that because it's one clip. Bounce mix. This time it's with the bass. No click track. Dunzo.